What are the triple constraints in project management? In project management, we have three constraints that are common to any project. These are known as the triple constraints: scope, cost, and schedule. These constraints are limitations that define what a project can achieve within a given time frame, budget, and set of deliverables. For example, when building an online banking system, time or schedule refers to completing the system within a set start and finish date. Cost refers to the budget allocated to develop the system. Scope involves all the functionalities like logging in, transferring money, and adding beneficiaries that need to be delivered within the defined time and cost. What is scope planning in project management? Scope planning is crucial in project management. It involves defining both the project scope and the product scope. The project scope outlines the work required to deliver the product, such as creating a CRM system, while the product scope details the functionalities and features of the product, like user login and data management. For example, in developing an online banking platform, the project scope would include all the activities needed to develop the platform, while the product scope would focus on what the platform should do, such as enabling users to securely transfer funds and manage their accounts. How does planning differ between predictive and agile environments? In predictive environments, we do upfront planning. This means that once the scope is known, we plan everything: time, cost, and resources in advance. For example, in a project to develop a comprehensive CRM system, we would plan out all the features, the timeline for development, and the budget before starting. In agile environments, planning is iterative or incremental. For instance, while developing the same CRM system in an agile environment, you might start by planning a few key features, develop them, and then plan the next set of features based on feedback. Scope planning happens in cycles or increments, allowing for adjustments and refinements as the project progresses. What document is typically prepared during requirements collection in predictive projects? During requirements collection in predictive projects, we prepare a requirement document. This document includes all the functional and non-functional requirements of the product. For example, in a predictive project to build an online banking platform, this document would detail functionalities like user authentication and money transfer, functional requirements, as well as non-functional aspects like security standards and the number of concurrent users the system should support. It can be referred to as a business requirement document, BRD, functional requirement specification, FRS, or user requirement document, URD. What is the difference between product scope and project scope? The product scope is about the what. What product is being produced, what features and functionalities it will have. For example, in the case of an online banking platform, the product scope would include functionalities like secure login, money transfers, and account management. The project scope is about the how the product will be delivered, what work needs to be done to complete the project. In this example, the project scope would include tasks like coding the login feature, setting up the database, and testing the system. How is scope managed in agile projects? In agile projects, scope is managed through the product backlog. This backlog contains user stories, which are descriptions of the features that need to be added. For example, a product backlog for an online banking system might include user stories like, as a user, I want to securely log into my account so that I can manage my funds. Or, as a user, I want to add a beneficiary so that I can transfer money easily. The product owner is responsible for managing and prioritizing this backlog, ensuring that the most critical features, like secure login and money transfer, are implemented first. How do predictive and agile projects differ in handling requirements? Predictive projects handle requirements through upfront documentation and planning. All requirements are gathered at the start and documented in a comprehensive requirement document. For instance, if you're developing a CRM system, All the features and requirements are documented before any development begins. Agile projects, on the other hand, handle requirements iteratively. For example, instead of gathering all the requirements at once for the CRM system, you would start with a few features, develop them, and then gather more requirements as the project progresses, keeping the process flexible and adaptive. What are functional and non-functional requirements in a project? Functional requirements are related to the features and behaviors of the software, what the system should do. For example, in an online banking system, functional requirements might include processing payments or withdrawing cash. Non-functional requirements relate to the quality and performance of the system, such as security, scalability, and response time. For example, the system should support 1,000 concurrent users without downtime, and it should ensure that all transactions are encrypted to prevent unauthorized access. What is the difference between project requirements and business requirements? Project requirements focus on the management and delivery of the project, things like scope, schedule, resources, and critical path. For example, determining the timeline for delivering a new online banking system would be a project requirement. Business requirements focus on the needs of the business, what the business wants the system to do, like enabling customers to make secure online transactions. The business provides the what, and the project team figures out how to deliver it, such as using specific technology stacks to meet these requirements. How are transition requirements related to project management? Transition requirements come into play when the system is ready to be handed over to operations. For example, if you've developed a new online banking system, transition requirements would include creating training manuals for bank employees, user guides for customers, and configuration documentation for IT staff. These materials ensure that the end users can effectively use the system and that operations can maintain it.